Twilight Monk is a hidden gem that blends martial arts action with a rich, hand-drawn fantasy world. The combat feels snappy and responsive, with satisfying combos and slick animations. Exploration is rewarding, with Metroidvania-style progression and secrets tucked everywhere. The art style absolutely pops, giving the game a unique, comic book vibe that stands out. The lore is surprisingly deep, pulling you into a world filled with monks, monsters, and mysterious powers. It's clear this was made with passion, definitely worth checking out if you love stylish action platformers. The Under Night in Birth series delivers thrilling and violent 2D battle action. Witness the dramatic confrontation as the planet is on the verge of catastrophe. Join the battle with 24 distinct characters, including 3 new additions, and immerse yourself in the gorgeous HD pixel art visuals. Dive into the action with beginner-friendly inputs and have a better online experience with rollback netcode. Discover new maneuvers and gaming features that enhance the experience. Don't miss out on the last chapter of the Hollow Knight epic. It's time to influence the fate of this universe. Shadow of the Ninja Reborn is an exciting action-adventure in which players wield katanas and other weapons. They must join forces with famous ninjas Hayate and Kai to confront deadly adversaries throughout 6 meticulously constructed courses. The game has a 2-player co-op experience, a lethal arsenal of caltrops, shuriken, and other weapons, as well as 5 redesigned courses loaded with clever traps and difficult platform puzzles. The game also has a new, modern style with amazing sprite art that accurately upgrades the popular 8-bit predecessor. Penny's Big Breakaway is a 3D platformer game featuring Penny and Yo-Yo, a street performer with lofty goals. Key elements include food power-ups for Yo-Yo, temporary boosts, and avoiding Eddie the Emperor's penguin army. The game has several modes, including story mode, time attack mode, and in-course stage, where players may show off their skills and earn cash for additional goodies, hidden levels, and unlocking material. The game is set in the bright world of Macaroon, where players can discover hidden skills. Double Dragon Neon is a nostalgic, over-the-top homage to classic beat-em-ups, complete with comedy, dazzling graphics, and a terrific 80s music. Playing as Billy and Jimmy Lee, you'll punch, kick, and unleash mixtape-powered special moves over neon-soaked stages populated with eccentric foes. Combat is enjoyable, especially in co-op, though movement may be stiff. The comedy and style are right on, really embracing the cheesiness of the era. While it may not redefine the genre, it does provide a thrilling, action-packed experience that lovers of classic brawlers. Jitsu Squad is pure arcade chaos with bold visuals and a loud, colorful art style that hits hard. The combat feels satisfying with smooth combos, flashy specials, and tag team mechanics that keep the action moving. Each character has a distinct personality and playstyle, making co-op sessions unpredictable and fun. Boss fights are huge, wild, and keep players on their toes. There's a real energy pulsing through every level, backed by a banging soundtrack. A game made for those who crave classic beat-em-up action with modern flair. Cotton Fantasy pops with vibrant colors, energetic music, and wildly creative stages that keep things fun and varied. Each character feels unique, adding replay value through different playstyles and attacks. The game balances accessibility with challenge, making it easy to jump in but hard to master. Visual effects are crisp, and the screen fills with chaos in the best way possible. A strong sense of nostalgia mixes with fresh ideas to keep momentum high. Cotton Fantasy proves that shoot-'em-ups still have plenty of magic left when done right. Taito Milestones 3 is a delightful blast from the past, delivering a well-curated mix of arcade classics that feel both nostalgic and surprisingly fresh. Each title offers tight controls and vibrant pixel art that pops with personality. Whether you're chasing high scores or just reliving Golden Age memories, the collection offers great variety and replay value. The emulation quality is solid, and the simple presentation keeps the focus on gameplay. It's a perfect pick-up-and-play experience that reminds us why these retro gems still hold up beautifully today. Ninja Issen, the Scroll of Dimension, slashes through with retro precision, evoking the spirit of classic 16-bit action games. Striking pixel art, crisp controls, and a pulsing synth soundtrack make each stage feel nostalgic yet fresh. The dimension-hopping mechanic keeps gameplay inventive, while boss fights demand sharp reflexes. Every level flows with intent, encouraging mastery without frustration. It's a fast-paced, stylish tribute to old-school ninja titles, executed with care and reverence for the genre's golden era. Rain World is a survival platformer in which players must explore an ancient society, forage for food, and seek shelter during torrential downpours. The game is inspired by 16-bit classics and requires smart decision-making to catch food and avoid predators. To survive, players must become familiar with the ecology and use their talents. The game includes over 1,600 chambers spread throughout 12 areas, violent primeval battles with predators, randomized design, individualized AI, and configurable gameplay options.
Journey search.
NeverAwake is a one-of-a-kind twin-stick shooter game with a protagonist named Rem who battles a variety of foes such as vegetables, dogs, and school buddies. The game has more than 80 levels, multiple bosses, and a replayable gameplay system. Players can utilize a variety of weapons and accessories to defeat the creatures in their nightmares. The game's finale is determined by the player's devotion, with several options available. NeverAwake is appropriate for both beginners and professionals, with a fascinating plot and many endings. Umbraclaw is a gripping game that takes players on a journey through life and death, beginning with the unfortunate death of a house cat named Kuan. Kuan is a dainty kitty who finds herself in the Soul Plane, exploring the perilous underworld through gorgeous hand-drawn art. Each step is laden with peril since a single hit might result in instant death. However, the power of Anime Revive gives her a second chance, allowing her to gain strength and conquer obstacles. Kuan's fate is linked to the decisions made by both her and the player. Arcana of Paradise: The Tower brings a refreshing mix of deck building and real-time combat, wrapped in a unique hand-drawn art style. The twin-stick control scheme works smoothly, making every decision feel urgent without overwhelming. Its mix of mystery and strategy keeps tension high with each floor climbed. The roguelike structure adds replay value, and the childlike characters contrast well with the game's darker undertones. A solid choice for those looking for something distinct and smart in the roguelike genre. Clockwork Aquario is a vibrant arcade gem with bold colors, smooth animations, and an upbeat soundtrack that fits perfectly with the action. The characters and enemy designs pop with retro charm, and the cooperative gameplay adds an extra layer of fun. Responsive controls make each jump and attack feel satisfying, and the short runtime encourages multiple playthroughs. There's a real sense of joy in every stage, making it a great pick for those who enjoy arcade-style platformers with a cheerful, nostalgic vibe. River Tales: Stronger Together is a delightful co-op adventure that thrives on teamwork and heart. The vibrant environments and clever puzzles encourage communication and coordination between players, making every level feel rewarding. The visual style is bright and appealing, while the dynamic between the characters adds warmth and humor. Music and sound effects match the mood without being overwhelming. A refreshing game that encourages connection and cooperation in a light-hearted, energetic way rarely seen in platformers today. Koumajou Remilia 2 Strangers Requiem is the sequel to the famous side-scrolling action game Koumajou Remilia Scarlet Symphony. It features characters from the Touhou project. The game has a striking and dark style, with updated HD visuals, fully spoken characters, and extra content. The protagonist sets out to discover Remilia, the mistress of the Scarlet Devil Mansion, and learn more about the elusive Spring. The game features a unique combination of storyline and gameplay, with players battling swarms of foes and encountering familiar boss characters from the Touhou project. Blade Jumper jumps into action with stylish momentum, sharp level design, and a punchy soundtrack that fuels every leap. The combat feels crisp, with timing-based mechanics that reward precision and rhythm. Visuals carry a bold, neon-soaked aesthetic that makes each stage pop with energy. Boss battles demand focus, but they're fair and rewarding. Momentum builds as new abilities unlock, keeping the pace fresh without dragging. A smart and thrilling platformer worth jumping into. Justice Chronicles is a classic-style RPG that feels like a love letter to old-school adventures. The story is engaging with a mix of heartfelt moments and sharp twists that keep the pace moving. Combat is straightforward but adds depth with unique skills and crafting options that make battles more than just grinding. The pixel art and character designs give it a timeless charm, and the soundtrack fits every scene perfectly. It's the kind of game that rewards patience and curiosity, making each hour feel well spent for anyone who enjoys traditional role-playing. Gale of Windoria is a refreshing throwback for anyone who loves classic turn-based RPGs. The story follows a young hero on a journey with elemental spirits, and while it feels familiar, the charm comes from its heart and pacing. The battle system is straightforward yet rewarding, and the elemental mechanics add a layer of strategy that keeps combat interesting without being overwhelming. The pixel art is colorful and inviting, paired with a soundtrack that fits perfectly. It's a game that respects your time while still giving plenty to enjoy. DROS is a clever and charming puzzle platformer that thrives on its unique dual-character mechanic. Swapping between a nimble goo creature and a lumbering suit of armor adds depth to both combat and exploration, keeping gameplay fresh and engaging. The art style is delightfully weird, packed with personality, and the atmospheric soundtrack perfectly complements the quirky steampunk world. The puzzles strike a great balance between challenge and fun, rarely feeling frustrating. DROS stands out as a wonderfully inventive title that delights at every turn. SONOKUNI slams into view with bold style and relentless action. Its hyper-violent pixel art, pulsing soundtrack, and one-hit kills create a fierce rhythm that never lets up. Every scene feels soaked in urgency, backed by a world that drips with cyberpunk menace. The samurai combat is razor-sharp, rewarding quick reflexes and calculated moves. It's short, but the pacing stays sharp throughout, never wasting a moment. With its distinct aesthetic and intensity, it leaves a mark that's hard to shake long after the final strike lands. Sagres is a surprisingly engaging nautical adventure that mixes sailing, trading, and exploration into a rewarding journey. Guiding your ship across vast oceans feels purposeful as you chart new routes, manage supplies, and interact with lively ports full of opportunities. The balance of strategy and discovery keeps each voyage fresh, whether it's chasing profit through clever trade or uncovering hidden secrets at sea. The world feels alive, with enough challenge to stay interesting without being overwhelming, making each session satisfying and easy to come back to. Metal Suit's Counterattack is a high-octane thrill ride packed with satisfying action and crisp, futuristic visuals. The gameplay flows smoothly, combining fast-paced combat with slick movement mechanics that keep each encounter engaging. Enemy designs are creative, and the soundtrack adds serious momentum to every mission. The upgrade system keeps progression rewarding without feeling grindy. A solid pick for fans of side-scrolling shooters looking for adrenaline-fueled fun with a sharp sci-fi edge. Damien starts on a voyage with his jumped characters, hoping to adjust to his new surroundings and realize his true self. The game takes players on a voyage through the jump dimensions, a fantasy environment where Damien participates in strategic combat using puzzle solving and stealth technique. Players may utilize the unique powers of their jump companions via power and assist combos, as well as tactical approaches such as status inflicting or crowd control abilities. This tactical challenge is appropriate for players of all ages and skill levels. Card-en-Ciel is a roguelite card battle RPG with over 300 unique cards. Players can explore over 10 different dungeons representing various gaming worlds, gathering characters and creating unique combos. Each card represents a character that is fully voiced and interacts with the player. The game has dynamic muses with 50 distinct songs that enhance gameplay. Players can unlock an additional 10 difficulty levels, which increase enemy strength and introduce new rules. Aside from the story mode, players can compete in real-time PvP combat or daily dungeons to climb the online leaderboards.
Use multiple powerful moves.
Thanks everyone for watching. If you liked any one of these games, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Hope to see you on the next one. And stay awesome.
Thank you.